On to you, Taurus. So you have the Hierophant, which is Taurus, the King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Cups, the Justice. You have the Five of Swords, the Four of Wands. You have the King of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and last but not least, you have the Nine of Wands. So what I'm seeing here for you, Taurus, is that I'm seeing how a lot of you, Taurus, someone wants to tell you that they like you and they have a big choice to make. Someone that you pretty much already know, but they may be a little bit scared or very scared to tell you because they may think that if they were to tell you, right, they would pretty much mess up the friendship. The Four of Cups, the Justice. So they're making a plan right now to just basically show you that they're interested in you. Okay, they're gonna out of nowhere invite you out, or you know, start sending you, you know, just invite you out, start sending you invitations to go to a party, something like this. Just start trying to hang out with you alone. And the Justice represents, this is something that they, like I said, they've been wanting to tell you, Taurus, that they like you for a long time. So a lot of you, Taurus, have to watch out for that, right? Just keep in mind, if it hasn't happened already, they are most definitely interested in you, though. And then you have the the Five of Swords, right? The Five of Swords is about how you're in a situation where, okay, I get it now. I get it. So they like you, but the problem is, and they most definitely admire you, but the problem is the Five of Swords. They feel like they have to dub you before you dub them, right? Because these were people that you may have been, you may have known that were your friends, but they didn't even, they liked you, but they're mad at you at the fact that you couldn't see that they liked you and them and to chase up after them. Uh-oh, here we go with this nonsense. Here we go with this delusion. So the Four of Wands now represents, as a result of this, the Four of Wands is really about, they tried to curve you, they tried to dub you before you dub them. So they have to make you an enemy. And the Four of Wands and the King of Pentacles, this changed, or this will change the way that the two of you interact with each other. Because how they interacted with you just now, acting like this, that was completely uncalled for. They did not have to make it seem like they liked you just so that they can now turn coat and then act like they don't now all of a sudden. The Six of Wands and the Nine of Wands is about how, since that's the case, you're really in a situation where, again, you know, the Six of Wands, it's not a problem for you. The King of Pentacles, you were able to remain strong, stable, steady, right? What other people want to do is not your business. It's their own. They had an opportunity to tell you that they like you, just in case if you didn't know, they did like you, but they blew it. They squandered it, because instead of them thinking about the potential of what could have happened and stop being so scared, they started getting scared, right? So now that's what the Justice was talking about, right? A few cards ago. Now they have to deal with it because you left. A lot of you, Taurus, left. A lot of you was like, oh, okay, if you want to do that, okay. But they didn't have the heart to tell you that, though. And this is what I mean when I say people got to start growing up, yo. Grown people afraid to tell somebody I like you. Like I said before, you got to learn to break the rules. The rules are, the way that the dating coach is set up is, don't tell the person that you like them if it'll make them scared. If you tell the person that you like them and it makes them scared, that means those people were never the right people to begin with. I hope y'all know that. The whole objective in the first place is to get to know the person, to be in a long-term relationship. So how you gonna run away from the very same person that's letting you know where they stand? That means that by definition, if the person isn't being serious with this thing and they run off and they start getting scared, that means by definition, this person was never really built for anything like that in the first place. They're built for the streets. So that's what the Six of Wands represents. You understand that these people who were once your so-called friends or people that you may have known right from around, y'all never really was too tight, but you thought you was on cool terms with, that did this goofy stuff. Six of Wands, this is not a problem for you, because this is not like it was to say like it was a close friend or any of that stuff. But in case you didn't know, they're interested in you, but they don't have the guts to actually tell you that. So the Nine of Wands is about how, since that's the case, a lot of you Taurus, right, don't even need to get back at them or feel like you need to. I'm not saying that you are, but what I'm saying is that don't even be upset like that, because Nine of Wands, they're kicking their own butt more than what it is that you think. Because they over here calling themselves a coward, because it's like they had an opportunity and they blew it. So now they're looking at themselves like, I am a coward. That's what they're saying to themselves. They're like, I'm a coward. I had this opportunity to tell this Taurus that I was interested in them. Something could have potentially happened. And what happened? I freaking blew it. I spent so much time trying to make it seem like I was so fly and all this inflated ego type of nonsense. They understand now that now you Taurus aren't even going to talk to them even by the wayside. And what I mean when I say the wayside, I mean those types of people that you know from around the neighborhood, you knew from a child. Y'all never really got into anything too serious like that. Y'all don't really know each other to say y'all know each other, but you see them around. Y'all are on good terms. You see these people in passing. You're like, hey, what's up? Maybe you may get yourselves into a little discussion. You know, nothing too deep like that. But then every now and again, the two of y'all start talking about some things that may end up being a little bit deeper than the average conversation. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Relationship talk. So those types of people is what I'm talking about. But the problem is, again, they're kicking their own butt. Worse than anything. Worse than you being upset at them for them doing that. And yeah, it was cruel. They shouldn't have done that. But that's what it is that they get. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Six of Wands. Let's clarify the Six of Wands. So to clarify the Six of Wands, you have the Six of Wands, the Strength, Four of Pentacles, Hermit, right, the Justice, right. They got to deal with that. The Strength, you didn't flinch. A lot of you Taurus didn't have any problem with that because you don't want to be around someone who would play that type of game anyway. That's whack. The Four of Pentacles represents, and also too, you are very much so stable. A lot of you Taurus know why it is that they're doing that. If you don't, you should now. They like you, but they're too chicken squat to actually say anything. A lot of you Taurus are looking for much more in a relationship, creating that strong connection with somebody than someone who's going to be a coward, scared to tell you that they like you. That's not somebody that you would even want to be in a relationship with. That's cowardice. The Hermit and the Justice is about how you Taurus are just going to continue to move the way that you normally were. This didn't, like them doing that goofy stuff of them trying to, you know, invite you out to a place but never actually getting anything established, them never actually letting you know that it's a date and that they're into you. A lot of you Taurus are just like, oh, okay, it is what it is, you know, and you're going to continue to move forward and get to know other people. So sucks for them. It's a loss for them.